In case of a wildfire happening here at UCF, help is not far away. Orange Seminole Fire Station 65 is located here on campus, ready to take a call. Although a lot of Halloween costumes for women could be a little bit risque, some believe that wearing a short schoolgirl skirt like this one allows women to express their sexuality freely. Early pilgrims interacted with Native Americans for survival and at times would get together for a feast. But UCF history professor Dan Murphy explains to us that these amicable interactions were not a common occurrence. As of right now, UCF police say that they're still investigating the situation. For those that have any information, they encourage you to leave an anonymous tip at crimeline.org. Sabine Belliard, a UCF sophomore, is trying to find a costume that is up to her standards.
I like to find something that's cute and like a little bit sexy but not too revealing.
Recent fashion and textile studies show the average costume for women is much more revealing than men's costumes. Walking down the aisles of the costume shop, you will run into the sexy nun, the sexy nurse, and the sexy cop. Although a lot of Halloween costumes for women could be a little bit risque, some believe that wearing a short schoolgirl skirt like this one allows women to express their sexuality freely. Jennifer Sandoval, an associate professor of human communication, says these sexy costumes aren't necessarily degrading for women.
Part of the evolution of the tradition of masquerade, right, which is really what costume wearing is using a mask that might hide some of you, but also might actually be a part of you that you don't regularly get to express.
Belliard sees the abundance of sexy options as a societal standard that women are expected to meet.
Women are held up to these standards where it's just like, oh, you have to be pretty all the time, or you have to like dress a certain way so that people like you. Or
Sandoval and Belliard say retail stores should provide more variety of costume options for women to choose from. Reporting from Orlando, Natalia Hernandez, Nightly News. Thanksgiving is an American tradition. Children are taught that Thanksgiving was a harmonious event between Pilgrims and Native Americans. But Julian Weisberg, a Native American student at UCF, believes differently.
I think Native Americans are misrepresented. I mean, there's a lot of stories that we don't really hear about how the settlers would take advantage of the Native Americans.
Early Pilgrims interacted with Native Americans for survival and at times would get together for a feast. But UCF history professor Dan Murphy explains that these amicable interactions were not a common occurrence.
Thanksgiving was more the exception than the norm when it came to the colonists and the Indians getting along. Often they did not, and there was a lot of bloodshed, a lot of warfare. We tend to kind of forget about that when we focus on Thanksgiving.
Empower is an organization that hosts cultural events. They invited students to participate in an open discussion about Thanksgiving and discuss the Native Americans' role in the holiday. Nevin Hurd, co-founding member of Empower, tells us the importance of discussing the holiday and its origins.
That we can start planting seeds of truth into the other communities that we join so that we can stop the oppression in micro and macro ways of Native Americans.
Weisberg suggests moving forward that Thanksgiving should be a time to teach people about history and shine a light on Native Americans. Reporting from UCF, Natalia Hernandez, Nightly News. UCF is currently located near 850 acres of natural unclear land, making UCF a target for brush fires. Patrick Isidore, UCF student, is concerned that a wildfire can happen on campus at any moment.
Very concerned. I think there's a very high chance that a brush fire could happen on campus.
After Rick Scott declared Florida in a state of emergency, John Guzajak, UCF biologist and urban forester, says that his team is staying on high alert.
We have all the resources that we need to be able to conduct the initial attack, and that's what it's called when you're the first to arrive on the scene of a fire.
In case of a wildfire happening here at UCF, help is not far away. Orange Seminole Fire Station 65 is located here on campus, ready to take a call. Orange Seminole Fire Station 65 has been working non-stop these past 2 months. Lieutenant Natalia Hernandez says that during the state of emergency, they have a new tactic to be able to attack brush fires more efficiently.
Usually, most of the year, we'll send maybe just one fire truck to a brush fire. Now we're going to send a lot more from the initial, so that way the first fire truck gets there, realizes, oh no, we don't need that many people, or yes, thank God they're coming, or we even need more.
As of right now, according to the Florida Department of Agriculture and Consumer Services, there's over 100 active fires blazing through the state. Reporting from Orlando, Natalia Hernandez, UCF Nightly News.